Police are still searching for the person suspected of setting ballot drop boxes on fire in Oregon and Washington. The fires happened early Monday morning, destroying hundreds of ballots. It's prompting local election officials to increase security measures around drop boxes. Nicole Sganga has the latest.
The FBI are now scouring for a dark gray Volvo sedan. That's the one seen in surveillance images pulling over at a drop box location in Portland, Oregon, moments before it set fire. And in nearby Vancouver, Washington, police extinguished a smoking ballot box in the early hours on Monday after the fire suppression system inside that drop box failed. Now, hundreds of ballots have been destroyed, and authorities believe the same person driving that car in Portland is behind it. Now, the suspect is still at large, complicating this investigation. There was no front license plate on the vehicle, and police say the suspect's car had an unreadable rear license plate. But here's what election officials are now saying. All of the damaged ballots in Portland, there were 3 there, were traced back to voters. Their ballots will be counted. In Clark County, that's home of Vancouver, Washington, I spoke with the county auditor who says anyone who dropped a ballot in that smoking drop box after 11 a.m. local Saturday, that's the drop box in Vancouver's Salmon Creek, they can check their ballot status online at votewa.gov. There, they can also submit a request for a new ballot. This as a bulletin published yesterday by the Department of Homeland Security's Office of Intelligence and Analysis is warning that some are calling for violence in online forums associated with domestic violent extremists connected to election fraud narratives. Now, those threats, according to DHS, are primarily targeting election officials or voting infrastructure, and analysts there now warning law enforcement that some of these individuals online are also calling for the sabotage of ballot drop boxes, circulating their methods on these online forums. Police say they have stepped up patrols around these ballot boxes in Washington and Oregon. And in Clark County, local officials have even assigned ballot box observers to watch that county's 23 ballot drop boxes around the clock, 24/7, up until Election Day. Lindsay?
Nicole Sganga, thank you. For more on this, Rhona Tarrant joins me now. She's the executive editor of CBS News Confirmed. Rhona, how worried should we be about this and the general threat to election infrastructure?
Well, leading up to this election, we knew that ballot drop boxes were going to be a target. Now, these have been 2 isolated incidents, but there were warnings in advance. Now, what we know, this also happened in 2020. There were 2 instances in 2020 in which ballot drop boxes were set on fire. They also became a target of misinformation in 2020, people falsely saying that they were being used for voter fraud. So what's important to remember here is that, yes, these may happen, there may be instances of it, but what people are attempting to do, yes, number one, they may be attempting to destroy ballots, but they're also seeking to sow distrust about the system. Now, what people have to remember is that, you know, when these instances do happen, there is a process in place whereby people can actually cast their ballots afterwards.
As Nicole was just saying, and to check and see if your ballot was affected. So 1 week to Election Day, can you please update us on incidents of election fraud, anything your team is monitoring that has happened?
Well, one that's getting a lot of attention online today is a post from former President Donald Trump. Now, he is pointing to an incident in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. He said they've been caught with 2,600 fraudulent ballots and forms that were all filled out by one person. Now, this actually is false, but it does point to something that's actually happening in Lancaster County. Officials there last week said they have launched a review into around 2,500 voter registration applications that they received right before the deadline. And they said that there was some evidence that there may have been fraud in this. Now, there's a few things to remember here. Number one, that these are not ballots, they're voter registration applications. And number two, we don't know how many of that 2,500 were fraudulent. The investigation is ongoing. Now, Trump called for law enforcement to get involved. They already are. So much like the drop boxes, there is a process in place for these things when they do happen. And it actually points to the fact that the system is working. So oftentimes, particularly over the next week, people just need to be conscious that, you know, people will point to things, maybe take it out of context or say that it shows evidence of widespread fraud. Now, we know from election officials, audits, court cases, independent research, that their voter fraud is exceedingly rare and definitely not anything that can swing an election.
I mean, to your point, we're going to be getting a lot coming at us in the next week or so. So what can people do this week and beyond to be cognizant of when they read these claims or if they hear politicians repeating them?
So one other thing I'll point to that's getting a lot of traction online today, and I think it illustrates a broader point. Sometimes online you can see these broad figures and they look like really, they look like sort of suspicious. So, for example, there's a claim online today that Michigan has more registered voters than people who are actually registered to vote. So these figures are they have more than 8 million registered voters, but only 7.9 million who are actually eligible to vote. Now, if you hear that, you might think that's actually quite suspicious. This has been kind of going viral online over the last week. It's been boosted by Elon Musk. Now, let's dig into those figures a little. If you actually look at them, that figure of over 8 million contains both active voters and inactive voters. Now, that might be somebody who, for example, has moved out of Michigan and they're no longer voting in the state. Now, federal law requires that they stay on the voter rolls for a period of time. So if you actually dig into it, it's only 7.2 active million voters. So people just need to be aware sometimes these will be presented in like a meme format or a tweet format or, a simple Facebook post. It looks like clear evidence of voter fraud and people will point to this. What people need to remember is do your research and sort of do your own investigation into it. And oftentimes it's a little bit more nuanced.
We always appreciate you doing the research for us as well. Rhona Tarrant, thank you.